What's up, my allies? My name is Zacharias, and this is Thank You Universe. And I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. And I know that there's been a lot of chaos, there's been some ripples in the energy going around, and it's affecting all of us. So I wanted to share some love with the empaths today. So today we've got the Empath Survival Guide. We've got 6 tips for thriving as an empath during this pandemic. And now empaths are people who are very sensitive to the energies of other people, the energies of plants, animals, a place, and they feel the energy going on right now. And everyone is empathetic to one degree or another, but some people, some empaths are really strongly tuned into the global collective. And in the global collective, we are facing a global crisis together, a crisis of fear. And that's causing a lot of distress and anxiety and fear for empaths out there. So, if you're an empath and you've been feeling it and it doesn't feel good, go ahead and watch this video because these tips are going to help you thrive amidst all this chaos. Alright, so for the first tip, we're going to talk about attuning ourselves to our own energy. Now, a lot of empaths, they don't want to feel the energy of the chaos going on right now, the fear, the sadness, the despair, the anxiety, whatever negative emotions are going on, and so they want to protect their own energy. Perfectly understandable. So what's very common that people teach to protect yourself from the energy of others so that you can stay with your own nice, good energy, or whatever energy you have going on, is shielding. And I've heard this in so many places, in so many empath circles, to envision a cone of light starting at the crown chakra and emanating down around your whole body to protect you. And this can work, but there is a danger to it, because when a lot of empaths first start trying to protect their energy and get in tune with their own energy, they are really desperate to not feel what others are feeling because they've felt that way a lot in their lives and they don't want to feel that way anymore. And so they think of it, shielding, as blocking out others' energy and just shutting everything else outside of them down. And so if you think of it as creating a shield, as in blocking out everything else, you're actually creating resistance, because if you're like, no, everything else, stay away, don't come near me with your energies, you're creating resistance, and that will create an energetic pull, because that's what you're focusing on in a way. You are actually focusing on the outside energies by trying to block them out. It's like if something is annoying you or bothering you, maybe someone in your house is being noisy and it's annoying you, and you think about how annoying it is, you're focusing on it, and it's just going to keep bothering you more and more. So we don't want to create this resistance. We want to let things flow easily, and yes, you will still pick up on the energy of others, but you want to emanate your own energy. And emanating your own energy requires that you go within and you feel how you feel. And you have to get into your own energetic center and get in touch with yourself. And this is something that a lot of empaths have to consciously choose to do, because we've just been bombarded by so many different energies throughout our lives, and it's hard to tell, is that my energy, is it someone else's? So you need to learn to recognize your own energy, and conscious breathing in your own sacred space, a safe space, out in nature, in your room, at a temple, at a shrine, whatever it is, wherever you feel comfortable and safe, like you can let your guard down for a bit, that's where you can practice this. And you want to feel your own energy. It can help to focus on the breath, focus on all the subtle little feelings that you are feeling within your own body, within your own energetic and physical body. And the visualization for emanating your own energy that I like to use is imagining a green fire just at my center, and every time I breathe in, the fire burns a little brighter, and then eventually this just projects out all around me, and I'm emanating my own energy into my environment instead of just being bombarded by outside energies. And you don't have to do exactly that necessarily. Use your intuition as you practice this to think about what visualizations work for you to help you feel like you are radiating your energy outwards instead of absorbing all the energy. Because energy work is done through intention and force of will, and we are all able to use it and use these visualizations to use our will and our intentions to affect our reality. We all have that creative spark, that life force that we all have as living manifestations of the creative power of the universe, and so we can use these visualizations to do energy work and emanate and cleanse our own aura of outside energy. Because remember, things work both ways, as above, so below, as within, so without. And so if you can feel the energy of others going into your energy, you can also project your energy outwards into your environment. And as you do this, you will feel a lot better because you won't be dealing with all of these energies bombarding you, and you can learn to protect your own energy, and you'll still be able to feel the energy of others or of the collective or what have you when you choose to. But having this ability, this skill as an empath, will help you to stay in touch and attuned to your own energy rather than being overwhelmed by all the chaos going on outside you. Now, the second tip is related to this. It is choosing to embrace our own power rather than giving in our energy to fear. Because a lot of empaths have grown up very fearful. There's all these energies going on and it doesn't feel good, and we just feel overwhelmed, and it can lead to a lot of depression and feeling disempowered, like you are not in control of even your own energy, your own safe energetic space within your own body and energy. But you are powerful and you are in control, and you need to recognize and believe that. And just knowing that you have the control over your own reality. No one is more powerful than you are when it comes to your own experience and your own life. You don't have to give your energy to anyone else, and you don't have to feel anyone's energies if you don't want to. Because if you're afraid of feeling the energy of others and you are thinking about it and focusing on it, you're giving it power. When you give in to fear, you're giving it power over you. Because when you give in to fear, you have already given your power away to the object of your fear. If you're focused on that thing that you fear happening, you're putting your energy into that. And we know that this reality reflects what we believe, and if we believe that those fears will happen and will make our lives worse and overwhelm us and overpower us, you're giving your power away to that fear. Instead of thinking about your own power and knowing that this is your life, you're creating your world as a conscious creator and manifester of your reality. So those things that you're afraid of, you have to really examine your own beliefs and the things that have hurt you and the energetic wounds that you've had throughout your life, and why you feel disempowered and why you feel like those objects of fear are more powerful than you. And really, this is a long process, like a lifelong process, and we can get a lot better at it, but the beliefs that you have truly, truly create your reality. And a lot of those fears go really deep because we've been hurt in a lot of ways growing up and we haven't really addressed those wounds. So we have to really reflect and take the time to do our shadow work and understand the ways that we have been hurt, so we can understand the places we're giving our power away, the things that we are afraid of. Because this is your life. Again, nothing can overpower you. You don't need to give in to fear. The fear is the death of your free will and conscious creativity. So instead of focusing on those things that you don't want to have happen, know and say to yourself, okay, I am a strong, empowered empath, and I am in control of my own energy, and I don't need to give in to those fears or those outside energies. And you'll be just fine. So real quick before we go into our next tip, if you could go ahead and like this video if you're liking it so far, and please subscribe to the channel. Also, I have my link to my Patreon down below. Okay, moving into tip number 3. is very related to what I was just talking about with fear and where we are paying attention to. And that is to look at where your focus is. Look at what you are giving your energy and attention to, because whatever you focus on will grow. The more energy you put into it, the more it will manifest in your life. And examine, are you on social media all day and looking at news articles and watching the mainstream news that's just bombarding you with fear and saying, oh my God, the coronavirus, this is the end of the world, we're all gonna die. If you're doing that, maybe look at where your attention is and stop focusing on those outlets of fear and those negative messages that make you feel bad. Yes, it's important to stay informed, but there's a bit of overkill when you're obsessing over the things that you are afraid of. So don't spend all of your time worrying about what is going on and all the bad things that are going to happen to you. That is a disempowered state. Looking outside and focusing on the things that you're afraid of and thinking, what's going to happen to me? Instead, focus on the things that you want to create and focus on being empowered and taking action in what you can do. Instead of waiting for the news to tell you to be afraid and what to do, focus on those things that you want to do and what you want to create. Yes, a lot of things are closed down, but there are still things that you can do during this time. You can focus on yourself, you can focus on how you want to move forward. So instead of giving into fear and giving all of your energy to fear and those negative things and those negative news and media outlets that are just telling everyone to be afraid, focus on positive sources of energy and just little things, just a little thing that could brighten your day. Like maybe you want to watch a nice relaxing cat video or watch a thank you universe video and get you feeling better. And just doing those little things that help you feel a little bit better, little by little, will really help you and allow you to increase your positive energy and get a good feedback loop going of more and more positivity rather than focusing on all the negativity all the time. Because again, whatever you focus on will grow and manifest in your life. So really pay attention to what it is you are focusing on and focus on the positivity and the things that you can do to be proactive rather than just waiting around in fear to be told what the next horrible thing happening is. Because we gotta take care of ourselves. And that is actually tip number 4, take care of yourself. Empaths, you might have been made to feel like you're responsible for taking care of other people. You feel their energies and so you're empathetic and you want to help other people to feel better. And maybe in your living situation growing up, in your family, you are the one that people have learned to rely on because you will take care of other people before you take care of yourself. So give yourself permission to be selfish. And that word has a really negative connotation, but we need to take care of ourselves first. Your cup has to be full before you can pour into someone else's cup. Because as empaths, we always want to help other people. We can feel the energies and we tend to be healers and helpers in our communities. But we need to really look at our own level of energy and what we feel up to and give ourselves permission to put ourselves first. If everyone puts themselves first, then they have enough energy to take care of themselves, and if you have a little excess energy, you can help out other people and it all works out that way, instead of putting other people first and doing this masochistic, self-sacrificing martyrdom that a lot of empaths do, and they think that they just have to work for others no matter what's going on with them and heal them and help them with their energy work and with their feelings. But you don't have to do that. Other people's feelings are not your responsibility. Just because you're an empath and you can feel the feelings of others does not mean it is your job to take care of them. Everyone is responsible for themselves, and you, my empath friend, are also responsible for yourself. So before you immediately say yes to helping anyone who asks you for any kind of emotional support or favor or whatever it may be, think, is this something that's going to enrich me? Is this something that I have energy for? Or is this something that's going to drain me and leave me unable to accomplish the things that I need to do, like taking care of myself? So just be very conscious of your energy levels and what you are able to do. And if you have an excess of energy and you're feeling up to helping someone else out, awesome, go for it. But if you need to take care of yourself first, then take care of yourself first, because you should be your top priority. This is your life, and you should be living it for you, not other people. This is your life, so take responsibility for it. And next tip number 5, is to speak your truth and allow yourself to express yourself as an empath. A lot of times, empaths won't express their feelings or their discomforts or if something's bothering them because they don't want to feel like a burden. A lot of empaths feel like they have to take care of everyone else, and so they put their own feelings on the back burner and they don't rely on other people and they don't express their true feelings. They don't express what's going on with them. And expressing yourself will set you free. It will allow you to feel more at ease, so you're not just, feeling isolated and trapped in a bubble as this empath, feeling all these different energies and no one understands you and, no one knows what's going on because you're not expressing yourself. And a lot of empaths are very sensitive, they're highly sensitive people, and they've been hurt before sharing themselves with other people. They've allowed themselves to be vulnerable, but they've gotten hurt, and so they're afraid. Like, people don't take them seriously, like, oh, an empath, what is that? You're just making up some spiritual mumbo-jumbo. Or, oh, you have feelings too that also could use some listening to and some attending to? No, you just need to take care of us. Your feelings are invalid. But your feelings are valid, and you need to work to allow yourself to be vulnerable, because being vulnerable is actually super, super challenging to do. It's really scary for a lot of people. Sharing your true feelings and what's going on with you, even if it's negative. A lot of people, myself included, have trouble sharing their negative feelings because they don't want to burden other people, or maybe you feel like they won't care or they won't take it seriously. But if you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you will find who you can rely on in your life, and if you don't feel like you have anyone like that right now, you can make those connections. Share yourself, be real and authentic with other people, because then they'll know what's up with you, and you will be resonating more with your authentic energy, not only in yourself, but with other people and the connections you make. So allow yourself to speak your truth and be vulnerable and talk about whatever weird spiritual topics that you want to talk about, because everyone is waking up and people are getting more in tune with their spiritual selves, and a lot of people are going to be more willing to listen to empaths and spiritually minded people who talk about some esoteric spiritual mumbo jumbo. And you can express yourself and be that beacon of light and guiding light for other people, and it will help both yourself and others around you. And our 6th tip for empaths is to make sure that monster in the bush doesn't attack you. To make sure to take care of yourself. Make sure to stay up on your self-care. And this is really important because a lot of times during the panic state, we just want to hide in our beds and not do anything and not eat and not take care of ourselves and not do those things that help us feel better. So I have a whole video on this for how to take care of your self-care as an empath. I'll link that right now. But some things that you might benefit from are meditation, going within, getting in touch with your own energy, feeling internal peace in the moment, and that way you're not feeling all the energies around you, all the chaos going on in the world. For empaths also, water is super significant. For everyone really, water is very spiritually healing and cleansing, because water is very spiritually significant. It's used in a lot of ritual and magic and things like that, because we are all water, we're mostly water, the planet is mostly water, it's how we have life here on this beautiful earth. And water is actually really good at dissolving subtle spiritual energies, like negative energies. So just in the same way as things like minerals, salt, whatever, are water soluble and it dissolves them, it can do that with spiritual energies as well. So these negative feelings that get stuck in our energy body, it helps us to dissolve them and replenish and cleanse. So if you have the opportunity to jump in the ocean, that's my personal favorite, although that's not really an option for a lot of people, especially right now, or a body of water like a small lake, or just your bathtub at home. So yes, water. is very awesome, and it can help you to cleanse yourself and to just feel better with all the negativity and uncertainty going around. Another thing that really helps is coming out into nature. Nature has healing frequencies. The natural state of the earth is health. It isn't sickness, and when you come out into nature, you're getting back into that resonance of health and vibration and just life, because this planet is so abundant with life. And there's numerous studies showing the beneficial effects of just going out into nature. I know in Japan they've been doing a lot of research into what they call nature baths, going out into nature, and it's like a bath for your energy. You're in the dirt, in the mud, with the grass and the trees and good old Gaia, in your natural state, and you're getting back to your natural state of health. Because in modern society, we have a lot of stressors, and we're on our computers or our smartphones looking at all the fear-mongering media, and it can be a lot. So getting back into nature helps us to get back into our own energy. The gift of going out into nature is getting back yourself. So these are just some ideas. Whatever works for you, whatever self-care makes you feel good in your own energy, do those things and make the time for yourself to do them. Take the time. If you're stuck at home, a lot of us have a lot more time to do those things that make us feel good. Do art, read some books, improve your spirituality, do some astral projection, whatever it is that makes you feel good in your own energy. Those are the things that you need to give yourself time and permission to do. So this has been my 6 tips for empaths to thrive during the pandemic. I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to our channel if you have not yet done so. Again, if you'd like to donate to the Patreon, it really helps me out. I'd appreciate it so much. Much love to all of my allies out there, and I will be seeing all of you on the next video. Bye!